Welcome back. Now, exam season can bring stress, fear, and doubt to many students. But what you say to yourself during this time matters. Positive self-talks can help boost your confidence and calm your mind. This morning, we're joined in studio that is, of course, by Lucas Hypinga, who is a motivational speaker, and he'll be joining us to talk to us as to how young people can think and speak positively during the exam period. Lucas, good morning.
Good morning, ma'am.
Thank you so much for making time to talk to us.
Thank you very much.
All right. Like I mentioned earlier, many students feel very nervous and very scared during exam times. And trust me, it's a feeling that just comes out of nowhere because, this is the time where we are being tested, where we're listening in class, where we are attending class. But why do you think it's so important for people to actually speak positive words towards themselves during this time of exam?
Yeah, thank you for this question. Speaking positive words to yourself during exam is very important, which is crucial because it builds confidence and reduce anxiety. So positive self-talks can also shift your focus from fear to and doubt on the behalf in your ability, creating a calm mindset and enhance the performance. So many of the students, when it comes to exams, they have fear in mind that I'm not going to make it. Or let's say those who are not being funded by NSF, or especially those who are not being funded by NSF, they always think negative about themselves.
Why?
Because let me say, especially those modules in universities, and let's say those who are doing engineering, you find the modules they are like 6,000, 8,000. They have fear of failing, and then the fear of paying that. Where are they going to get the money to pay for themselves? So it's always important to have a positive talks, and just to make your mind like, yes, I'm ready.
Yeah.
I have done my best. I'm prepared. I'm going to make it this one.
Yeah. I love the positive talks. They actually do go a long way, but the long way will perhaps just be, studying, just also being serious and also just working hard towards, passing your exams. But what would you say are some of the good examples that learners should keep in mind during this period?
Yeah. Some of the good example learner can say to themselves includes, I'm prepared.
Are you prepared though?
Yeah.
Yes.
I can handle this. I have done my best. In every question is an opportunity, and I believe in myself. This affirmation encourage a positive outlooks. So I'm also a student. So once I approach my exam, sometimes you have those best friends. You can say I have, among all your friends, there's one person who's your best friend. You go to him, say, how are we going to approach this exam? I know. Then he will tell you, I'm prepared. How are you sure that you are prepared? And we didn't even yet start with exams. And then she or he will tell you, we need to study from, let me say you are writing one module, one another. So she would tell you that the strategy how you are going to approach your exams. So maybe they are those people who are lazy. They don't know how to study, and you find a person studying from morning until night, is not getting rest. And you find that the mind is also tired. Once you study, let me say you study for 3 hours, you rest for 30 minutes, then maybe you go have fun or you play a game on your phones. And then after 30 minutes again, you go for studying, and then you set question for yourself. And then when you are going to the basement or the exam hall, I'm very sure that I'm ready, prepared, and I'm ready to handle this.
Yeah. But Lucas, do you believe that positive self-talk can actually change exam performance?
Yeah, I do believe.
Okay. Does it also perhaps change the results?
Yeah, it helps change the results.
All right. Yeah. So what is some of the advice that you have for students who are trying their best, but they actually just feel discouraged, or they're basically just scared, to take the exam?
Chris, I didn't get the question.
What is your advice to students who feel very discouraged at this point? Those perhaps who just have negative thoughts and, they're just basically just tired of studying and they're just not motivated or encouraged at this point. What is your advice to them?
My advice to students that feel like they are not encouraged or they are not ready for the exam is that, so let's say some of the students, they take failure as the failure is refining of the failure is by defining their experience of the learning opportunity. They should remind themselves that failure is not the reflection of their intelligence, but rather a stepping stone for growth. So, setting a small goal, achievable goals, and can also help in buildings. So, let me say the student let me say those students who are staying, let me say Okahanja Park, one location, those people. You find some of the students are studying in the where they come from. They say bar, they say selling tombas, those things, a business. And then when the person is studying the music are so loud, you are not catching up. So it's maybe better to, if you think that these days I have my $100 in my pocket, I can move to the library. Or at the school. Like NAS, they have office building, a library where people can study until, it's 24 hours. Not the main library, but there's a space where they study for 24 hours. It's good. Also improving them. They can just, even UNAM, I know they have a space where they study. Because I saw last year when Amshiro was saying the university must open for them to study. So they can maybe move there and then you go when you're going
just
to
finding a conducive environment where one can study properly. All right. Well, Lucas, thank you so much for talking to us this morning. And I'm sure the students have heard you and they'll perhaps practice, positivity into their lives during this period of exams. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am. And one last thing I want to tell them, even if there's 1% of chance of fighting, you must just study. Then 1% is going to make a very big change in your life.
All right.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you very much.
All right. Good morning. Namibia continues after this. Don't go anywhere.